So in this video, we are going to discuss about one of the questions of group 14 that came in JEE Advanced 2019 paper 1. तो देखते हैं इस क्वेश्चन में क्या दिया गया है. So in this question we are saying that it is saying that a tin chloride Q, that means whatever the Q which is there in this reaction, this Q is a tin chloride. Now when the Q is reacting with the Cl minus ion, it is producing X, and there is some information is given about the X. The X is a monoanion and having a pyramidal geometry. And when Q is reacting with Me3N, it is producing Y, and when it is reacting with CuCl2, it is producing Z and CuCl. And the informations about Y and Z is given as they are the neutral compound. That means there are no charges there. So you have to find which one is the correct options here. So we can start this questions from this thinking, like since Q is a tin chloride, and we know that the tin chloride can be present in two particular form. One is SnCl2 and another is SnCl4. Since there are two oxidation state of the tin is possible, one is +2 and another is +4. Now if you see the third reaction, then the third reaction says that the Q is reacting with CuCl2 producing Z plus CuCl. So from here we can see that the oxidation state of the copper here is +1 and there is +1, +2 and +1. So this is a reduction reaction, and since it is a reduction reaction, we can say that the CuCl2 is acting like an oxidizing agent. It is acting like an oxidizing agent. That means the Q should be a reducing agent. It should be an reducing agent. And which tin chloride will be a reducing agent in nature? Then we know that SnCl2 is acting like a reducing agent. And we know that why it is behaving like a reducing agent, because tin is there in +2 oxidation state. It want to lose electron and want to go to the +4 oxidation state. So that's why tin chloride in the +2 oxidation state, it will behave like an reducing agent. That means we can say that Q will be the SnCl2. So that we have find the Q is equal to SnCl2. So from the third reaction we can say that SnCl2 will be reacting with CuCl2 and producing what? Producing SnCl4, and then CuCl is there. So this is the Z, this is our Z compound. We have find Z and we have find Q. So now there are two informations are there about the Z, that the oxidation state of the Z in the central atom, the oxidation state of the central atom in Z is +2. So no, we know that this is Z and we have tin in the +4 oxidation state is there. So this one is incorrect statement. Now the central atom, the Z has one lone pair of electron. So now we know that SnCl4 doesn't have any lone pair of electron at all. We know that it is sp3 hybridized. We know that there are many methods are there to find the hybridization state. From there you can find it out that there is a no lone pair of electrons is there on the tin itself, on SnCl4. So we can say that this option is also incorrect. So C and D is incorrect in nature. C and D is incorrect in nature. Now let's talk about the reaction number 1. If you're talking about the reaction number 1, then the Q is reacting with Cl minus ion and producing X, and that is producing X. Now what information is given about the X? X is a monoanion. It is a monoanion having pyramidal geometry. Having pyramidal geometry. having pyramidal geometry. So you can say that X is monoanion, and we know that this one is SnCl2. So since this X is a monoanion and as well as it will have a pyramidal geometry, that means the central atom tin will have 3 atom association with it with one lone pair of electron. So the 2 chlorine was already there and 1 chlorine we have to add extra. Why it is so? Then only we have overall charge will be -1. So by taking this two information into the consideration that SnCl2 will react with one Cl minus ion, we can form SnCl3 minus ion. And the hybridization state of the tin here is sp3 with one lone pair of electron itself. So it's a basic common reaction. You can say that SnCl2 is reacting with the Cl minus ion. The Cl minus ion is donating its electron pairs. Lewis acid base reaction. This one is behaving like a Lewis base. This is behaving like a Lewis acid. Simple Lewis acid base reaction will be there. Then SnCl3 minus ion will going to be formed, where the central tin will have sp3 hybridization state. So this A will be the correct one. We can say that because the compound X having a central atom in sp3 hybridization state. So simple, we have a Lewis acid base reaction is there, and on a similar pattern we can say that when the Q is reacting with the Me3N, this one is also Lewis base and this one is acting like a Lewis acid. Q is equal to SnCl2. So similarly they can react with each other. We have Cl2 Sn, and the tin will accept the electron pair from the nitrogen itself of the 3-degree amine, and this compound will going to be formed. So since there is a coordinate covalent bond is there in this one, so option B will also be correct. So the correct option for this question will be, you can say A and B, C and D is incorrect in nature. Okay, thank you.